empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights. Turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Addictive's Winter Arena. This is me, Venom, casting alongside Zero, and we have this first match. This is between RAO and we already have the we already have the first ban. This is in the favor of the Fanny has actually been banned, and let's see what the next bans are gonna be. So what do you think what the next bans are gonna be?
I feel like Team Neighborhood they might go for. Okay, they decide to go for that Sicilian. I mean, yes, I have seen Holocaust 1942 use that Sicilian for themselves. So aside from that, he is quite in the meta band as well. So I guess they would be targeting the meta heroes that we are that they have currently right now. But again, coming towards the side of Team Holocaust, they will be maybe going for an assassin ban because the neighborhood they have the first pick, so they would not want to take any risk. Okay, irritated ban coming in.
Okay, so we have the neighborhood are gonna definitely they're gonna have the first pick and they definitely ban the Fanny and the Sicilian, which shows their intention. Like they don't want the early game Fanny, they want the Sicilian, which is really good late game. And from Holocaust as well, you can see the Irithel, and Irithel is another late game monster. Maybe they want to pick the Grunger. The Irithel is a really good counter pick for Grunger, so maybe they want the Grunger pick, but we have to see if Team Neighborhood bans the Grunger. So yeah, let's see what they do.
I mean, since the Irithel has been banned from the side of Team Holocaust, it's kind of a free pick for the side of Team Neighborhood because they can go for that Granger as their first pick. Or if they do not want to use Granger, then they can just ban him out. But okay, Hilda banned coming in from their side. I mean, yes, she is. She has that sustain, she has that aggression, so I guess that is another viable ban coming in from the side of Team Neighborhood.
Okay, so we have the Hilda being banned, very versatile hero, definitely can roam and EXP at the same time. So we never know, it's a really flex pick, so that's a good ban. And coming in for the side of Team Holocaust, we might see a Grander ban. I think that would be the most sensible one. is really effective in the goal lane, definitely, and really a solid
Your
jungler as
team
well
is
right now. But
picking.
we are gonna have a Badang ban, which has been buffed recently, and the Badang with the tank build with the CD reduction is broken as hell, especially with the amount of crowd control it gets. But now we have the Grandeur open. We also have heroes like Hylos, and even the Lucas is open right now. So do you think this might be the
魔法
potential
が
pick,
僕の
Zero?
全てだ
Your team is picking.
Yep, I mean Harriet was also open, so the neighborhood will be going for that pick for themselves. So it does leave two more OP hero slots for the side of Team Holocaust. It could be, they have the Joy open, Suyu is also open. As you said, Lucas is also open. So the probability, the possibility of Team Holocaust picking them is quite high. But again, we'll have to see what pick they will be going for. Since Team Neighborhood, they decide to
この鎖に縛ら
prioritize
れ
the
ているの
Harriet.
は
Okay, yep, the
私の方の中
Matilda
だ
and the Phobius. Phobius already quite early coming out from the side of Team Holocaust.
出陣許可を願います
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Phobius pick because you can't bring in your EXP that early because there's always CC hard counters Phobius right now in the current meta, and CC is extremely strong, I guess. Then that's an optimal pick against the Phobius, but we have the Hylos
こ
being
の
picked,
世
which
界
might
の
be a flex
影を
pick again,
倒
Your
す
either
ため
Roam
team is
or the
picking.
EXP.
不滅の
And
神
we
は
have the
俺を
Suyu
選ん
being
だ
picked. Like, there we go. The Suyu is actually very useful in the meta right now, alongside the likes of Alpha and Joy. So we have the Suyu being picked. Joy actually the Alpha can go toe to toe with the Suyu in the current meta as for junglers, or maybe you see a Hayabusa pick, or maybe they don't even want to bring out the jungler right now. But we have to wait and watch, and let's see what Team Holocaust are gonna go for.
I feel like since they have the Matilda onto themselves, they can go for that Alpha, because the Alpha Matilda combo is quite famous, and it would really work for them in this team comp. But if Team the Neighborhood can,
There we
okay,
go.
never
Alpha
mind.
is banned.
Holocaust, they do go for that Alpha. I mean, I was gonna say if Holocaust were not gonna pick that Alpha, then it might have been banned in the second phase of the ban that we are currently gonna have right now.
And yes, so the second ban phase is gonna be first for Team Holocaust, and then we're gonna see Team Neighborhood getting the bans. We get the
Your team
Gate Couch
is
coming in from
picking.
骨はダイヤより
Holocaust,
も
definitely
硬い
another like makes sense because the Hylos is
苦
a
しみの
roam or
音
an
色を聞
EXP,
か
so
せ
you
てや
might
る
ban
Team
another
is
roam. And now we
banned.
have the Grandeur being banned from Team Neighborhood. I don't think it would be much problem as the goal for the goal laner because Harit can easily shorten down the distance with the Zaman Force and all of the blink for Grandeur. But yeah, it's still gonna be a problem for the other heroes for Team Neighborhood, so it's a very sensible
思う
ban.
存分
And we
戦
have the
お
Your
う
Lucas being
team
banned
is
finally,
banned.
so yeah, the Lucas could have been really handy in the EXP, and the Hylos could have been the roamer for Team Neighborhood, but that's not possible anymore. And I think they might go for a goal laner ban, but they already did actually ban the Grunzer. So what's left right now is probably a major goal lane ban.
Your
So yeah,
team
there we
is
go, the
picking.
Farmis. Do
生
you
き
think the
ると
Farmis is
は
an unusual
死
ban, or is
神
it
を欺くということ
did
だ
you see that like expected that?
Mm, seeing if Aramis on the ban is quite interesting, because I mean I did not see that coming from myself. And for Aramis, he is quite the conditional pick, and the banning him right out of the blue, it might just be a respect ban, or they just don't want to deal with farmers, because there's a lot of other mages that could be banned. The Yve, the Vixana, right there, Farsa as well. But again, it might just be something that is included in their plan. Okay, the
俺が
Xavier
選ぶ
Your
番
gets
だ
team
picked
is
out from the
picking.
side of Team Holocaust right there. Quite interesting. What do you think? Like, will it work in this team comp, or share your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I was not expecting the Xavier, of course. So talking about mages, what do we have? We might have at the Farsa would be really good with the Matilda, I believe. And Xavier is pretty good as well because it kind of likes the mobility, doesn't it? And Xavier's crowd control, I believe, is gonna be really handy against the likes of Hylos and all. But we have Loi being picked, by the way, by Team Neighborhood. And like I said, Suyu and Harit are definitely gonna be problems for the Xavier because they can easily you know, they can easily blink out of the CC of Xavier or just closing the distance with him easily. But talking about the picks of neighborhood right now, you got the Luo Yi take the Luo Yi and the Luo Yi and the Hylos combo. We've seen it mostly in the world tournaments as well in M6 in NICT how Hoon and Super Shark abuse the Hylos and the Luoi's diversions and the glorious pathways and creating surprise gangs on like the goal lane. So maybe we're gonna see that kind of a gameplay. And the glue is being picked by Team Neighborhood, which is a solid EXP laner, I'd say, because glue is not gonna play roam. So the Hylos roam and the final pick for Holocaust is Mia. So who do you think has the better draft, or is it like very balanced?
I feel like both the teams they might just have had previous plans from before. I mean, looking at both the teams' draft, I do favor the draft of Team the Neighborhood right now. But again, it all comes down to as the execution part, because even if your draft is good, if your execution is poor, then it's kind of gonna be going into the waste. But again, it's more like all meta picks and their counters. So for now, we will be heading on towards the Land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. First match of this best of three series semi-finals going on between Team Holocaust 1942 and Team the Neighborhood. So far, both the teams will be approaching towards their respective jungles and just their mandatory rotation coming up.
Well, what is interesting is that only you can see the early game domination by the Hylos and the Luoi, but I was about to say Tsuyu probably wants to gank the bot lane, it seems, which is the EXP lane, and Alpha is definitely gonna go for the goal lane gank, so I wonder how that's gonna end up because it's like an opposite, the junglers are rotating to opposite lanes, so this is gonna be really interesting on how the team fight shapes up to be.
Yep, exactly. I mean, you would want to target that Harriet because he's going against Mia right there. I mean, Mia, she is quite vulnerable against Harriet for now, but I feel like Phobius can handle Glue quite well for himself, given that he is he's got a sustain. So providing the backup for Mia in the early game would be proving really well for the side of Team Holocaust, because if she gets that farm, then she will be starting to milk the enemies, and you would not want your Mia to be underfarmed.
Yes, I'll definitely say that the Harit favors in the early game against the Mia, but right now with the Matilda, that might not be the case. We can see the Hylos helping out the Harit as well, and maybe we're definitely not gonna see a fight in the top lane unless they want to like give up the turtle, which I don't think they're gonna do. So we can already see a team fight brewing up the Alpha, the Spear of the Destruction, but Alpha on the blue, and we have the Alpha already being low by the Soul Sever, and the Suyu is gonna get the kill. And also, we have the flicker being used up by the Xavier, by the way, who was really low. But now, we might have Infernal Pursuit. Oh, he doesn't have his ulti yet, so he might fall right now. But yes, he's gonna fall to the Luoi, and the Luoi takes care of the Phobia. So that was really intense, and two of their members are still low. Neighborhood might have to be careful with the turtle.
Yep. I mean, the mage difference. I mean, Xavier, he kind of needs one or two of his core items to start dealing that damage. And early game wise, Chloe, she holds more potential than Xavier. So another thing is Hylos. He has, he has that um engage capability, so he would be the one going in. But again, Phobius, he needs quite of a setup as well. So far going point wise and gold wise in the favor of Team Neighborhood, so for now. But again, top lane a skirmish might be starting
Yeah,
on.
so the Hylos engaging, but the Spear of Alpha is gonna be help on the protection, but it's no use. The EXP laner has rotated, the blue has rotated all the way to the top lane, is gonna get the pick on the Alpha. We can see the Xavier just by flicker by the Luoi to cleverly dodge the Xavier's ult, and we can see the Infernal Force is gonna be saved up, but no, the Mia is gonna get the Luoi for venturing in too deep, and the Mia is gonna get the second kill onto the Hylos. They were greedy, but Soul Sever gets the Mia again. That was a turret dive by the Suyu, and the Suyu is kind of low right now, but that doesn't matter because he got the kill on the Mia, and this is a 2-for-2 trade. So yeah, the scorecard says 4-2, and then what a team fight that was.
You have a great team fight coming in, but again, the diversion did not quite get executed out quite well. But again, another fight coming in.
Yeah, maybe at bot lane we can see that the glue is really low. No, glue is not. The alpha is really low, and actually there's like a 3v2 situation, so you can't do much there. The Matilda has just arrived, so maybe the Matilda should have gone to that lane first, but we can't blame Matilda either. She was just clearing the mid lane and look like the yeah, Hylos used this glorious pathway as well for the kill. So I would say team neighborhood are pretty much sitting in a comfort zone right now with the turtle, and they're gonna get the second turtle as well. And they got a like decent farm lead of 2k. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah, I would say, and they have gotten the lead, so they would be going in for that aggression. And you see the dawning light, and of course, the glue is on to Phobius. Phobius, he will be using out his flicker just to get away. I mean, yes, after taking the turtle, that was
Oh
quite
no.
another
The
engage.
Harit
But
actually got the
again,
kill
top
on the
lane,
Mia on the top lane.
yep. Yep, exactly. So Mia, she does need that backup against that Harith. So it feels like for all the lanes, the neighborhood, they are kind of dominating in all the three lanes. But again, Alpha is onto the top lane against that Harith.
Look at the damage on the Harit on the Alpha. I can understand the Alpha's frustration as well. On the bot lane, however, Phobius got picked off again. But talking about that, and we have the kills happening everywhere on the map right now. Look at the top lane. The Mia has fallen, and so is the Hylos gonna fall. This was I think this was kind of a throw by neighborhood because the Harit was doing so well in the top lane. We could see the Alpha just like hesitation to use the spear of Alpha onto the Harit because he was dashing on the Zaman force, but then we have the kill on the bot lane and the top lane as well. So slight favor for team neighborhood for team Holocaust for this team fight, but I think overall team neighborhood are still in a comfortable spot right now.
Yep, they are still getting comfortable. And they have taken down one turret from the bottom lane. So one turret defeated from the side of Team Holocaust right there. And I feel like Loi and Hylos are kind of throwing the game a little bit, and Holocaust is, using that to capitalize the gold, difference that they were having. But again, another turret down for the side of Team Holocaust right there.
Yeah, the Dawning Light, we just look at the damage. It isn't enough right now, definitely. So I think we need to see a bit late game damage from the Xavier. But okay, if this go to late game, we have the. Oh wait, the Dawning Light connects again, but again, there's not enough damage. The Glorious Passive is going to be used as well by the Hylos. So yeah, they're probably going to be a team fight in the bot lane, and Alpha is going to use the Spear of Destruction defensively. Hylos is charging in onto the Xavier. Xavier might get picked up, but no. The flicker was used by the Xavier, and so was the guiding wind by the Matilda helped the Xavier escape. So this was what I was talking about. Xavier, they can easily close the distance on the Xavier, but wait, the Phobius is using the Inferno Pursuit is not going to be enough. I think he used this flicker as well. Yes, the Phobius is on the flicker, so it's gonna get used. But wait, what? What am I witnessing? The Dawning Light doesn't even matter. The Harik is just gonna go in with the Zaman Force, get 2 kills, and get taking down. But the Mia, who's pretty low as well, Soul Silver takes care of the Mia. And this is again in heavily in favor of Team Neighborhood. It's 12-6. Look at the Dawning Light, literally not bothering Neighborhood at all.
Yep, exactly. And I would say, Dean, I feel like Matilda, she could be doing a little bit more better because she can have that what to say, she can take your team in and out for in any kind of team fight situation, but they are not able to capitalize the ability of Matilda that they have currently. And besides Alpha being the counter of Hylos and Suyu, because of the aggression coming in from the side of Team Neighborhoods, they are not able to do much right now. So I feel like the wisest thing for Team Holocaust to do right now would be would be go for their
Oh
farms and
no.
rather not take any team fights right there.
Okay, so looking at the glue and it's a definitely the alpha is gonna fall because the glue latched onto the alpha. Have a diversion play coming in from the Ruoi. Dive in by the. Oh wait, match has been paused. Hold up. Suyu dived
So
in.
So Holocaust, they requested for a pause right there. So while we wait for that, pause to get lifted out, let us talk about how Team Holocaust could, what Team Holocaust should do to get back on this match. So what are your thoughts on this, Venom?
Holocaust, they definitely have the Mia, which can pop off in the late game, but the problem is, as you said, the Matilda and the Hylos is synergizing just better with the like Luoi, the Glue, they're just synergizing better. I saw the Glue's EXP rotation as well. He showed up in the goal lane way faster than the Phobius. So these little, like macro plays, these make a lot of difference in the team fights. Yeah, that's what I think. They have better synchronization and like better team fights for now. But and maybe Holocaust can like pick up their rhythm in the mid to late game. That's what I think. So let's watch what happens next.
Yeah, I feel like, they should focus more on farming and going for the objectives rather than taking a team fight. And, they should play a little bit more defensive and get that gold first that they need, because they really need that farm and they are kind of deficient against the neighborhood. And because of that, the neighborhood, they are able to go uh, quite aggressive and they are winning on that team fights.
Yes, and like looking at their, I think the glue was a really, the glue was a very clever pick. I didn't favor the Fulvius first pick because Fulvius is insanely good against the Harith. I do agree, but against the other heroes, it literally doesn't do much. And we have the match resuming right now. The Suyu is pretty low on health, as I said, and yeah, the Mia, she doesn't have. Everyone's on flicker except the Matilda, of course, and the jungler. But wait, we have circling Eagle being used defensively, but the Harit is gonna get the kill on the Phobius. So yeah, the Harit just bursted down the Phobius, and I'm gonna tell you the farm difference. It's actually 7K right now, so they're really dominating the game right now, neighborhood. And the Harit and Suyu are on 7.1K, and the highest farm for Team Holocaust is Alpha, which is 5.5K. So big difference in farm as well. And as I was speaking, Team Neighborhood just got the Lord, so we might be witnessing the end if they synchronize the lanes well and they don't rush it.
Yep, I agree. And Alpha, he could go for a little bit more defensive since he already has his War X. All he just needs is a little bit more sustain because his team lacks that sustain. And besides Phobius and Alpha, all of them are quite squishy, so they would be getting melted down by Heavy. But again, another team fight breaking out right before the Lord right before the Lord arrives, and Hylos, he is quite low and he'll be forced to go back to his base to recharge.
Yes, I think they got the blast on the mid lane, so yeah, one turret blast is gone, and yeah, I think this went in the favor of Holocaust because no inhibitors fell off, and they could get them on the back end as well. They could make the Hylos retreat as well. But we have a counter engage by the Alpha, and he gets the kill onto the Hurry while escaping on the slither of health. The glorious pathway used by the Hylos, and Matilda wanted to go for the circling eagle, but decided to go back because I don't think this is not the time to engage right now. You got the pick off on Harit, now you can focus on farming on the minions again.
Yep, I do agree. And we do see that Suyu, he is on a zero death so far. So he is quite the threat again coming threat for the side from the side of team the neighborhoods towards Holocaust right there. And we do see Mia getting her items, but it will still be a little bit far from when she starts to deal the damage and melts her off. But again, she needs a little bit of a setup and positioning as well, and we are not really seeing that from the side of Team Holocaust this time. And So far, map control in the hands of Team the Neighborhood, and of course, the goals also in their favor. But three inhibitors, or only three inhibitors remaining for the side of Team Holocaust, and no turret down so far. So overall, Team the Neighborhood, they are quite dominating, and they are still putting that pressure onto the side of Team Holocaust.
I'm looking at the item builds. Looks like Team Holocaust are very squishy. Looking at the Matilda, she has a Dreadnought armor, which is physical defense. She has like literally no magic defense except the tough boots. Phobias, however, is a bit tanky with the Thunderbelt and the Guardian helmet. But yeah, they like definitely even item build wise, Team Neighborhood are more balanced. They have like three tanky heroes, Hylos, and they have like two tanky heroes in like Hylos and Glue, and also well, this is an easy Lord for Neighborhood, of course, I think. But speaking about the items, also they don't have like Mia has three items, and they don't have enough penetration. I think Team Holocaust for the Hylos and the what is that? The glue, yeah. So definitely maybe focus on that. The circling eagle being used defensively, and yeah, I think that's that. This is like an 8K farm difference, so we still have to wait for Holocaust to pop off.
Yep, I do agree. And this is a level 2 lot coming in towards their side. And I mean, if they, manage to defend a lot successfully, then they might have a chance of coming back into the game. But again, a fight might be breaking up because Bluey is trying to initiate, and a flicker has been used up by Xavier. And again, this pair of Alpha connecting onto him. So Blue will be losing his life. Another part is the glorious has been popped out. So I feel like Holocaust can
Okay.
defend this fight really well, and overextension coming in from the neighborhood, and it will be leading on to a demise. So two people down for the price of one.
Damn, that actually the Mia tried going for the Suyu in such a low health, I couldn't believe it, but she died, of course. I think she tried to burst it down. We have seen a different kind of burst, but the Alpha down to the Harit, that's the Guiding Wind Spear of Destruction combo you were talking about, the Alpha Matilda connection. That was executed perfectly, and if you know this, you'll see that the kind of composition Holocaust has, especially in this stage of the game, they can easily defend any kind of Lord or minion since they have all of their members up because they have a lot of AoE damage. So yeah, I think defensively they're kind of better, their lineup, and the glue doesn't help much. You could see the glue split. He can go to split form and can get easily picked off again. But yeah, they have to literally get a few members out, then they have to Lord Rush their base and to yeah, and that's the only way I think Neighborhood can win right now.
Yep, I agree. But again, Team Holocaust, they are sticking together, because they know if they go alone, then it's just game over for them. And I feel like they can still get into this game if they just wait it out and wait for the neighborhood to, start committing one or two mistakes and capitalize it for their own advantage. But so far, minions are still pouring in from the side of Team Neighborhoods, and it will be the enhanced minions, so it will still be a little bit hard for them. But Suyu, he might be in
Yeah,
trouble.
so Spear of Alpha connecting, Circling Eagle could not be connected. Definitely, the Glorious Pathway is going to be used. We saw the Winter Crown gameplay coming in from the Suyu. So yeah, that was good from the Suyu, to be honest. The Winter Crown coming in. Definitely sold the item by now, and also Mia just got her Berserker Cure, so we're gonna see a lot more damage from the Mia from now on. And I think this match is turning slowly but steadily in favor of Holocaust just because of their composition. The only problem is the Phobius is a weak link in that team, not because of the player's skill or anything. It's just the hero doesn't fit well against this kind of composition. Otherwise, okay, the diversion being used on by the Luoi, and I think that was not the play there. I don't know what the Harit was trying to do, but they got two kills onto the Harith and the Luoi. But yeah, Neighborhood secured the Lord, used them as a distraction. But the backdoor attempt, however, almost pulling it off though. I have to give him that.
Yep, I mean the backdoor attempt, I get it, the idea behind that, but it still needs a little bit more of a better execution. But again, another team fight breaking out.
yeah, neighborhood are not gonna win this team fight. It's a 3v2, what is this? 3v5 situation now. It's a 5v1 situation right now. Shouldn't have like, yeah, that was a questionable decision. Now this lord has become meaningless, and the only thing you can do right now, if you're neighborhood, is just wait for your, like teammates to get back, and just hope that like the team Holocaust don't press much, because if they kind of force, I think they can get the Suyu right now, which they're trying to do. But like, yeah, Suyu has used his retribution. Yes, he has. So circling will be used defensively. Zaman Force. However, Winter Crown gameplay, that was really good from the alpha. Winter Crown gameplay coming in, and that actually helped him save himself and get the counter kill on Harik. So we can say Holocaust getting their momentum back.
Yep, they are gaining their momentum back, and slowly but surely they might just be able to take the game onto their hands. But the Mia, she has completed her full build, and she is starting to hurt. She is starting to have that damage that they were lacking to get on back into the match. So score wise, 15-15, same score, and goal difference is almost none, just minor 500, 600, and they are doing really really well, holding out and narrowing the gold gap that they had in the early stages of the game. And at this point it just comes down to which team would have better positioning and better engage, because I feel like it's almost time to go for a little bit more aggressive from the side of Team Holocaust. But again, they still need to, take care of their lanes because all of their inhibitors are out, and it just they just need to keep a close eye on their base, because Aloy is there, so they might still attempt for a backdoor entry right there.
Yeah, I still kind of believe 5v5 wise, like Team Holocaust might just have an edge because it's late game right now, but I'm not sure because the Hylos and Blue can just tank everything, and the Suyu, they can just dive in the backline, get rid of the Mia. Mia's gonna have a little bit trouble because of the blade armors coming in from the glue and the Hylos. The blade armor is a really nice counter build against the Mia, and definitely the Harith has the vengeance as well. So if you're Mia and you like position yourself really well, wait for the vengeance to be over, then like I think it's kind of favoring the Holocaust. But we can see the Lord fight right now. The Mia is kind of hurting, yeah. But like, can we have the Lord right now for Team Neighborhood, because the Zaman Force is being used, Glorious Pathway is being used, Easy Lord for Neighborhood, and the split formed by the Glue. Glue has taken control of the Alpha. Alpha on the Winter Crown. It's not gonna be helpful though. Quick switch coming in with the Immortality, but nah, the Alpha is gonna get picked off. It's a 4v5 right now. No Alpha for Team Holocaust. Do you think they might be able to end it now?
I have no idea, because the Lord is it's a level 3 Lord, so it will be a little bit hard for Team Holocaust to defend that Lord. And Alpha, there is still 30 seconds on the
Oh
clock for
no.
him to respawn. But look at the damage coming in from Mia. She might just be able to do a miracle and prevent her base from getting popped off. Look at that double kill again. Okay.
But I don't think, yeah, okay. There we go. It was really close though.
Yep, really close. I mean, Mia, she could have done something, but again, she was getting targeted as well. But yeah, kudos to her for trying to get back onto the momentum. But it does mean the first victory will be going in onto the side of Team the Neighborhood. So since it's a best of three, we still have two more chances. So we might just get a clean sweep the next time from Team Holocaust.
Definitely, definitely. So this is 1-0 for Team Neighborhood. Best of three match, of course. Now Holocaust are gonna be on the blue side, I believe, and Neighborhood are gonna be on the red side. So let's see what the second game holds for us.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we set it sail, and all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun.
Okay, so hello everyone, welcome back. This is the second match from the best of three series. It's the semifinals, first semifinals. In fact, this is match number two between Team Holocaust on the blue side this time and Neighborhood on the red side. The score is 1-0 favoring Neighborhood. We can see the Holocaust have the first pick and the first ban, and the first ban is Irrital by Sir Consulate, and the other ban from Team Neighborhood is Justin. Aaron has banned Justin, so I think two pretty standard bans, especially the Justin, which is Justin and Sicilian, the strongest majors right now, and Irrital is a really nice ban as well. What do you look forward to in this draft, Zero?
I feel like, since Team Holocaustics have the first pick, they should go for the priority pick, which they are, really confident that will be really, really helpful for them in this match. But again, Suyu getting on to the ban list. Okay, Matilda gets banned out as well. I mean, yes, last match Matilda was definitely there for the side of Team Holocaust, but not really doing much of a work. But it's better to be safe than sorry. So that will be the first two bans, first four bans, combining both the teams. So I feel like Holocaust, they can go for a little they can go for another assassin ban maybe.
Definitely an assassin ban, but they have the first pick, so it'll be interesting to see what they pick. I think they might want to pick the Grunzer, to be honest, now that Irrital is banned. Or maybe ban the Harit, then pick Grunzer, so like Grunzer wouldn't have much counters. Okay, never mind. They're actually gonna ban the Grunzer and the Sicilian is gonna ban. Definitely the Sicilian is monster in late game, and so the Harit is gonna be picked. It's the I think it's the opposite of the last game because Team Neighborhood pick on the Harit in the first pick, so Holocaust are going the Dicto opposite. They're gonna go for the Harit first pick, goal lane, and I'm gonna be surprised if we see the Phobius again. Not gonna lie, but yeah, what do you think the next bands picks are gonna be?
I feel like since Harriet has been the priority for the side of Team Holocaust, they can, Team Neighborhood, they can go for the jungle and also the mage priority. But again, Xavier gets picked out from the side of Team Neighborhood, and Hylos will be in their name as well. So, still, the Gatotkacha and Hilda are still open. So, Holocaust, they might just go for that pick because last match they lacked that initiation and solid crowd control. So, this time, Hilda will be in the hands of Holocaust, and I would be expecting some aggression coming in because they have the Hilda. But again, you can't be playing too reckless because the score is in the favor of Team the Neighborhood, and it's kind of a turning point for the side, a match point for the side of Team Holocaust. So they should think it out really well and execute their plan of getting back on the game right there.
Well, we can definitely see that, and the Badang is being picked, so I won't say this draft is much different. Like the Harit, Hylos, and Xavier being the Hylos was with the Lui last game. Now it's gonna pair up with the Xavier for Team Neighborhood. So let's see how that turns out to be. And the Badang, which was banned last game, is gonna be picked up, and so is the Hill. That both the bans from the last game going in favor of Holocaust. The funny thing is, Badang can be played as a roam as well, but I think the Badang might just go to the EXP lane and Hilda might roam. But if you want to be creative, you can push the Hilda to the EXP and Badang can roam too. So that's that. And again, like this peak hasn't been anything like surprising yet because all the picks from the last game and the two bans are being picked for both the teams. Now Team Holocaust, the Team Neighborhood have picked onto the Alpha. Last time I believe it was for Holocaust, so yeah, I think like pretty standard picks. However, the Hayabusa wasn't anywhere to be seen in the last game and has been banned for the second ban phase, the first ban for Team Neighborhood. So they're gonna have the second pick on the so they're gonna have the first pick on the second ban phase, and they have to be careful with that. As I said, that Lucas got banned. Team Holocaust got the ban on the Lucas, so yeah, we can definitely have no more EXP Lucas again. So the two bans remaining. Can you talk us through a bit about the bans and the probable picks again?
I feel like the neighborhood today can go for the mage target or the jungle because the joy is still open and I have not seen any of the
Absolutely.
teams pick up that joy. But again, Framis gets on the ban list like the last time that we saw coming in from the team neighborhood. But the last ban will be on to the side of Team Holocaust, and for them they could go for the supposedly the marksman, or is it gonna be an exp because Hylos, he's still a flex pick and we still don't know which lane will he be going for. But Harriet, he might be I mean, banning a marksman is still better because Harriet will be on the gold lane right there.
Yeah, the funny thing is neighborhood ban farm is for the last, ban again, and they're gonna ban it again. I think it's like I think they have a trademark pick. I think Ben Laden is the mage player for Holocaust, I believe, and he's really good on the farms because I cannot see another way the farms gets banned for the second time consecutively. Speaking of that, the Phobius gets banned by Team Holocaust. Let's see if the Phobius gets picked by neighborhood, is it gonna be? It's gonna be kind of difficult, especially because Badang and Hilda and Harit they have like a bit of dash in them, so Phobius can easily pop off that. But we have the Moskov being picked on the goal lane, which is gonna go against the Harit. I must say that's a really even matchup, especially in the late game. It kind of favors the Moscow, but early game, I don't think there are too many marks. There are like any marksman that gets even like close to hurt in terms of raw damage. That's that, and hovering over the Farsa, the Vexana, the Bane definitely needs a mage, needs a jungler as well. So yeah, what are your thoughts on it so far?
I would say Harit against a Moskov. I mean, yeah, with Harit and his dash skill, Moskov might just be able to 1v1 him without any without any help because since he has also his dash skill. He can just engage and disengage from the pursuit coming in from Harriet. But okay, we do see a Bane jungle coming in from the side of Team Holocaust, and not entirely like really rare, but he's quite conditional pick, and a Bane against an alpha is looking I mean, I would like to, it's kind of in the favor of Team Holocaust, but again, you can't really say yet because the Gatot Kacha has been picked up from the side of Team Neighborhoods, and a high loss with a Gatot Kacha combo. It's something you need to dread because he will be charging in with his glorious pathway, while Gatot Kacha, he would be going for your backline with his AOG. So you do need to watch out for yourself from the upcoming engage from the side of team the neighborhood. But again, as I said, it all comes down to how the draft will be executed. So far, really great drafts from both the teams, and it's just a matter of fact that we start seeing how the execution goes.
Yes, I think early game kind of favors Holocaust because of the Harit, Hilda, and the Padang. I won't be overconfident on that because they have the Hylos as well.
Welcome to
But we
Mobile
go to the
Legends!
Land of Dawn for match number 2 of the semifinal
5
series. This is
seconds till the
between
enemy
Team
reaches the
Holocaust on the blue
battlefield.
side
Smash
and
them!
Team Neighborhood on the red side.
Ultimates
This is me,
deployed!
your caster Venom, alongside my co-caster is Zero, and we can already see how this is shaping up to be 1-0 for the side of Neighborhood, and it might be 2-0, we don't know, or it's gonna be 1-1, and we're gonna go to the third match. But let's see that. Do you see anything unusual in the laning phase, or is it the same?
I mean, Hilda, she was onto that Xavier, and early game aggression coming in from her side was kind of commendable. But again, Hylos is there for his help. But the revitalize was baited out
Mhm.
from Hilda. So far, both the teams have just lost a little kind of what to say, decent resource for both the sides since it's early game and it's quite needed. But Xavier, he's quite low and he can't really get out of his turrets. So I guess this time Team Holocaust, they do plan on getting that map control starting from the early game.
Okay, and the Hilda is Rome, Badang is EXP as I said, and the Hilda kind of in trouble. Yeah, I think the Hilda might just follow the bushes, might save with the extra healing. I saw a retribution being used by the Ben, and he might take the kill.
Oh,
No, he's not gonna get the kill. Hylos goes over with the slither of health. Elsewhere, Badang rotates all the way to the mid lane and picks up the Xavier. This is a crazy match, I would say, because already the 1-1 trade, it's not even been 2 minutes. Badang is all the way on the opposite lane again, fighting with Gatot Kacha, and we might see another team fight. Look at the Alpha going in on the revitalized Hilda, but Hilda is still holding on somehow. And we can see the Badang again connecting his second skill. The walls are gonna prevent from any escape, but they don't need to escape. They can go on the aggression with the Hylos, but is it enough? Or the Bane is gonna get the kill? The Bane is actually gonna get the kill while the Hylos falls to the Harit, but they have to disengaged now. So early game already, no turtle, but we already see a 2-for-2 trade.
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's great that both the teams are going in for that, looking for that trade because, like, it's rather than having your opponent lead out that difference between yourself, it's just better to, look for equal trades and you might just be right behind your opponent. So as you were saying, the rotation coming in from the side of the neighborhood exp coming all the way till the team fight for that 5v5 and Badang following back, it's quite impressive because rather than staying on your lane, it's quite better to help your
Okay.
teammates. But okay.
Okay, we have the Avatar of the Guardian connecting, but first the Moscow fell, of course, to the Harith and the Hilda combo, and now you can see the Alpha perfectly connects the Spear of Alpha onto the Valentina. We have the kill onto the Hilda, but Badang gets 4 members on. I think it's 5 members, but yeah, it's 4 members. Bane is split pushing the top lane, and Moscow is going. I would have to say one thing though: the Harith is a big advantage in the early game, and Spear of Alpha connecting flicker being used up by the Harit Zaman Force. However, extremely low the Yetot catch, but his passive is gonna help him escape with the extra heal. The Spear of Destruction just misses from the Moskov. This can go in anyone's favor, to be honest, but the Harit provides more, team fight help than the Moskov. That's what you can see right now. Moskov went all the way to the EXP lane. Correct decision, because he's not gonna do much right now. We have to wait for him to pop up in the late game, but even with that, Team Neighborhood are like 3-5 ahead, 3-5 ahead, and they already have like a 2k goal lead. So yeah, this is really a statement from Team Neighborhood in the early game.
Yep, exactly. I mean, Badang, his position was really great, but you still need to watch out for your teammates who are in the back line. I mean, Vexana, she was in the bush, and Alpha, he was there to, burst her down from behind. But another team fight, but, not much casualties will be held from both the teams, but again, kind of major resources used from both the teams, and second turtle will be starting soon on the top lane.
Yes, the turtle has been reset, and we can see the Badang perfectly getting onto them again. Hilda is gonna get picked up, and so is the Alpha by the Badang, but we have the Badang being killed by the Moskov, and we can see the Bane is low, and he's gonna fall definitely. Harit is gonna fall. This is extreme domination right now coming in from the side of Team Neighborhood, just like last game, but last game was even worse for them, I would say, for Team Holocaust, but at least they can sustain a bit for right now. I'm actually impressed how the Moskov is popping off so well, even in the early game. I thought it would be the Harit is definitely doing more damage, but yeah, they have, even with the Badang engage, it's not doing much. The Gatot Kach, Avatar of the Guardian, like everyone just engaging at the perfect time. Their like synchronization is really well done, I'd have to say.
Yep, I do agree. And timing is everything in this 5v5, because even if you have all the resources, if the timing is not great, then it will just all be gone to waste. Okay, another engage coming in.
Perfect Avatar of the Guardian, but there has to be a little bit more follow-up. There is on the Vexana falls. It's insane, and they're not gonna get the kill on the Ghetto because I think they have prevented that a lot of times. Did you see Dawning Light, Glorious Pathway, Avatar of the Guardian, all of them being perfectly used? Nothing was being wasted. Badang, that's not gonna be helpful because you don't have the damage yet. But yeah, he could get some CC. Not gonna be enough. Moskov is gonna pick the target. Dawning Light, great damage by the Dawning Light. Alpha just picked up his Piercer as well, and Xavier just got his glowing one, so it's gonna be even better at this stage for Team Neighborhood. Another pick off by the Hylos and the Alpha Spear of Destruction. They're just working so well in unison, and again, the Badang doesn't seem to be the answer for this, like for this Neighborhood team. He's getting some CC in, but I think they lack precisive damage. Again, the Alpha gets onto the Harit, and there seems to be no answer for the Alpha at this point. However, Bane gets the kill onto the island, but the Bane pulls the Alpha again. This is give one, take one trade type stuff. Alpha kind of low, but the Badang and the Vexana are pretty low as well. Alpha is still daring to get the bot lane along with the Moskov. He's already healed up as well, by the way. So yeah, this is going one way, I fear.
You know what? I feel like the high loss is the backbone of Team Neighborhood right now, because every time his engages are really on point, and with his glorious pathway, you are kind of not able to disengage from any of the onslaught. So it's just that you get fallen down. But
Mm. Okay, we have the Alpha get killed off because of the Badang caught it, but that's nothing because the Hilda is gonna fall from the constant damage coming in from Moskov. It looks. Let me look at the builds right now. Moskov already has almost three of his core items. He already has the corrosion and the golden staff, and he's winning but his lane by a margin. Elsewhere of the Badang being picked off. This is what happens when you like don't when you when there's a 6 or 7k goal lead. Even if you play well, you can't do much when your team Holocaust. Right now they're gonna go for the Lord. When there's a sizable gold advantage, there's even the best players are gonna fall for that. now there's only one thing left to be done for Team Holocaust. I would say just sit back and defend. I think it's kind of bad with the Hilda to defend lanes or just defend the Lord because you get no bushes around their base. This is not really a defensive type of hero, and yeah, they're they have that kind of composition to be honest. But I think they might pull it off. It's still not extremely late game, and I don't think the match is gonna end as early as 10 minutes. But let's watch. Anything can happen in this game.
Yep, I do agree. And then Moscow missing his spear of destruction would be quite a waste for him. But the Lord will be marching in from the back, from the bottom lane. Another engage coming in, and Harriet falls down in the hands of Xavier. Right there, another one down for the side of Team Lucas. That's three of them down.
Three of them down. Perfect avatar of the Guardian again coming in from the gateway cut. This, if you engage that well, you probably don't have a chance. And I said it might not end the 10 minutes. It's probably gonna end before that. It looks that way right now. It will be like, what can I say? It will be the end of the series, I believe, if it does. And I think it will end, and it has ended 2-0 for Team Neighborhood. Absolute, like, the first game, early game domination by Team Neighborhood. Late game, Holocaust somehow
Victory!
managed, but it still wasn't enough. It was kind of close, I'd say. Second game, just like complete, utter, utter domination coming in from Team Neighborhood. They pop off so well together, just synchronizing of the avatar of the Guardian, all the ultimates from like all the heroes that came at the perfect time, the Dawning Lights, the avatar of the Guardians, the glorious pathways, everything was being synchronized beautifully among the five members. That was too much for Team Holocaust.
Yeah, I feel like Team Holocaust they kind of underestimated the potential that Hylos has. I mean, he is in the meta and banned for a reason, and he got picked early. He got picked in the first match as well, and he was quite the menace. So second match they could have banned him out for a little bit more, security. But again, it's just what they think. But so far the score is 2-0, and Neighborhood will be getting that victory for themselves. But I did hear an update from our host that because during the first match there was a slight miscommunication between them, and it would be repeated. So we'll just have to wait for the decision of the host for a while.
Yeah, I got the message as well from the host. He said the first match was a rematch, so I think this was the rematched match. So it should be 1-0 for Neighborhood, but Neighborhood are replying apparently. So I think we'll have to wait and see how that goes.
Yep.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, and I'll be right there,
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is the rematch. The first match, there was a miscommunication, and that match has been cancelled. So it is 1-0 for Team Neighborhood. This is the second match of the best of three series. So we have right now Team Holocaust on the blue side, I believe, and Neighborhood on the red side. Is that right, Zero? And what do you look for in the ban phase?
Yep, exactly. So Holocaust will be on the blue side and Neighborhood will be on the red side. I mean, at this point, they have played two matches against Team Neighborhood, and the high loss was really a problem. So I feel like they should really ban him out because, like, the engaged capability coming in from high loss is just unmatched, and unless you have a trick up your sleeve to stop him on his tracks, it's just better to ban him out, and that would be what Holocaust will be doing. So Harith, Hylos, and Sicilian ban coming in from both the teams. So far so good. Okay, another Zushin gets on the ban list.
Yeah, we haven't seen an Irithel banned this far yet, but I think
Yep.
like yeah, there we go. Literally, Irithel got banned, and Irithel got banned from Team Holocaust. And what our team neighborhood gonna ban? Maybe like they have their signature farm is ban apparently at the last, so I don't think they're gonna ban that right now. But maybe a jungle ban. Maybe they're not gonna have the first pick, so maybe ban the Grunzer, maybe ban the Suyu. Like let's see what they got.
Yeah, I feel like okay, never mind. Mia gets on the ban list. Apparently, they think Mia is kind of a threat to them, but with the help of Irithel getting banned out, Granger will be free to use since his counter has been banned. So it's kind of good news for the side of Team Holocaust. But again, we do see the Fanny open and onto our screen. So will Fanny be getting picked out? Okay, the Suyu gets picked, so it means there will be no Fanny.
Yeah, I assume that because yeah, there we go. The Xavier has been picked. The Granger looks like Granger is gonna go to the goal lane. Just saying that because he has his flicker spell, that might change. I don't know, but if the Granger goes to the goal lane, there's like very few counters right now because the Harita and the Irithel are gone, and the Suyu has been exposed. So I'm assuming an alpha pick rather than a joy pick because joy can kind of be countered by high CC heroes, but alpha there is no direct counter to alpha as of right now except like late game marksman. So I am assuming the alpha is gonna be picked, or maybe the Hayabusa is gonna be picked. I don't know, but those are the vibes I'm getting right now for Team Holocaust and hovering over the Eve as well right now. But Khalid pick instead. Khalid and Eve are gonna be picked. Well, I didn't see that coming, but Khalid is definitely a solid Roam EXP. Like Roam EXP alternative. Like Hilda and Hylos can play both lanes again. And I think it's a really good flex pick. And the Eve coming in as well. You think the real world manipulations are gonna be handy? It's gonna be set up well by Team Holocaust.
Yep, if the real world manipulation gets set up well, then it will be bad news for the side of Team the Neighborhood. And Khalid, he has, his his rotation speed is quite fast compared to any other EXP except for the Chow as well. So I think it's kind of a solid pick, and with the real world manipulation and his Raising Sandstorm, both of them combined should be, you know, uh, a little bit troublesome for Team Neighborhood. But again, Alpha gets on the ban list, so you will be getting off the hook for now for them. And I feel like okay, the Moskov gets on the ban list. I mean, yeah, I get it. The last match he was quite he was quite problematic, so Moskov ban quite understandable.
Yeah, Moscow against Granger. Probably the Moscow will hold up good, but the Matilda ban. Thankfully, we didn't see the Farmers ban again. But yeah, Matilda is a solid ban coming in. So what's the last ban gonna be? Is it gonna be a marksman ban perhaps, or they have already banned like three goal laners? So I don't think they're gonna go for another like gold lane or maybe an EXP ban this time. How about the Lucas? Lucas is a really good hero. I think Lucas is a decent ban right now because if Neighborhood gets their hand on the Lucas on the EXP lane and Badango's roam, that's still a like that's a decent draft I would say because both are kind of tanky as well. Instead, the glue is gonna be the glue is gonna be banned. So let's see what their picks are. It's turning up to be an interesting draft.
I was gonna say Gatot Kacha Gatot Kacha could have been on the ban list, but again, we have seen the neighborhood use glue, so it was kind of give and take situation for the side of Team Holocaust. I mean, either they had only one ban slot left, and they could have just anticipated what his their enemy would be choosing, and look for a trade for them which they can win a little bit more easily and ban out the one which would be problematic and troublesome for them. But okay, Fredrin jungle coming in from the side of Team Holocaust, and a Balearic. Okay, a Balearic.
Belleric pick. Okay, Belleric is kind of okay. 1-1 is the last hero that's gonna be picking the goal lane. It's gonna go up against the Granger. I think a really mechanical, like highly skilled 1-1. The 1-1 is one of the most mechanical marksmen out there alongside Beatrix. So if it depends on the user, I think it can possibly counter the Granger. And as you said, the Fredrin and the Belleric pick. Fredrin is one of those really tanky junglers that work really well, decent damage output as well. And the Belleric pick, I'm not sure about that, but it might work. We never know.
Yep. I mean, Eve is there, so the Wrath of the Rat from just might work for the side of Team Holocaust. But again, Fredrine, for him to get a little bit tanky and sustain the damage, he still needs to be farmed. In early game, he is a little bit squishy. But for now, we will be moving on to the Land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, a rematch between Team Holocaust 1942 and Team The Neighborhood. So we do see both of the jugglers starting from the blue buff. So it will be quite an interesting rotation that we will be seeing.
Yeah, it's gonna be opposite again. They like to do the alternate things. Holocaust are gonna be ganking the goal lane as optimal, and the Suryu from neighborhood they're gonna try to gank the EXP, I think. But yeah, maybe that's what's gonna happen. Lethal Wanderer is gonna spawn. I think the Soyu is gonna get the Lethal Wanderer. Honestly, I wanted to see a Carmilla or like a cheap pick, especially Carmilla because he wouldn't have like Carmilla wouldn't have any count. Like Valentina pick was off the charts, but we have the Belleric pick instead. I hope it turns out well for them because this is the last chance they're gonna get. I don't think there's gonna be any more rematches. However, Gronger using his flicker, that was a miss flicker. However, both of the marksmen are gonna get picked off, but the Granger miss. Was that a miss flicker? Yes, it was. The Granger is the flicker, and the 1-1 got the kill onto the Granger as well. So there we go, 1-1 for both the teams.
Okay, I feel like Granger he could have just retreated rather than stay in, still engage himself in the fight because he is a marksman and in the early game he should save himself and get that farm rather than engaging, and he also needs his stacks, so he could be playing a little bit more safe, but again 1-1 might be in danger as Fredrine is also approaching her. Okay, 1-1 gets taken down.
Yeah, then I think Holocaust, right? Holocaust kind of taking over the early game right now. They have to, as I said, that Soul Sever got the Soul Sever by the Suyu got the Granger. So yeah, the Granger should have like that. That you cannot make those kind of micro errors. You're low on health, just recall to your base, come back, get your minion, but the gold minion is gone for him as well now. He's been like the kill has been taken, so now what's shaping up for the turtle fight we can see. The Eve is kind of low, they might take advantage of that. Khalid is hovering around, might use his way of the sandstorm. both junglers level 5, however, and we have the team fight. Real world manipulation is being used, but that is going to be taken over. The Suyu is easily going to get the turtle. Avatar of the Guardian connecting, but that's not going to be enough. Khalid and Eve are going to take care of that, and Suyu got the counter kill and retreated out of harm's way. So yeah, I think like Holocaust kind of in a lead right now.
Yep, I mean that Yves is really playing out too well for the side of Team Holocaust, and Crossbow of Time has been used up by 1-1 against that Granger, but still Granger is still safe and sound. So far so good, and this time the favor is going towards the side of Team Holocaust, and if they play like this, get and not break their momentum, then they might just take the victory onto themselves. Okay, we do see Khalid
Radiant is gonna
rotating
engage.
towards. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, Raging Sandstorm used defensively with the flicker, but it's not gonna be a Khalid is gone for now. And we have like Sir Consulate has died as well. The Fredrin got taken out in the team fight. Avatar of the Guardian connecting onto okay, the Fredrin is okay, the Avatar of Guardian connecting onto the Fredrin. The Eve was taken out. And now it's a five, like yeah, it's a 4v3 situation in the bot lane, so I think it's the best to disengage for team Holocaust. Yeah, I think Neighborhood have kind of taken control again. 1-1 is just dashing away with the basic attacks as well. They're gonna turret dive, I think, because they've seen the Grunger is kind of low. The Belleric is kind of low. Again, like Belleric, I think there were better roam heroes than the Belleric, but it's not impossible to pull it off yet. You can see like how the 1-1 is popping off. That was really clever by the Fredrin. He got the kill onto the 1-1 and he's still chasing for the Xavier. Now the Xavier can't do much if it gets CC'd by the Fredrin, and so it does. The Fredrin and the Eve are working in perfect unison, and they're gonna get two kills onto the Gatot and to the enemy mage, which is the Xavier. So yeah, fair play to Team Holocaust.
Yep, for they're getting there soon enough. And Fredrine and Eve, both their synergies are really really working well. As she casts her RWM, Fredrin will be there dealing the damage, and of course, since he's tanky, he would be sustaining quite a bit. But
Perfect Avatar of the Guardian connecting onto three members. It was a great counter against that whoever is on the gate out for Team Eliminators. He has impressed in all the rounds when he used gate out. To be honest, the three connections just by an Avatar of the Guardian is really huge for engaging, especially for team neighborhood. But now we have the Suyu getting killed, just the slither of the Hell Rhapsody getting the kill onto the Suyu. So yeah, I mean, if you engage like that, you can't do much to be honest because they don't have the Purify either. Raging Sandstorm getting onto the Gatot. I don't think he's gonna survive. Real world manipulation is being used up as well. 1-1 has to be careful though, walking on death right here. The bash just mashed. Just bash was just missing by uh the Fredrin. Otherwise, it would have been the end for 1-1.
yep, one she did she did quick thinking, and she was able to get away from that slaughter coming in from Fredrin. So far, if both the scores are the same, but map wise, Team Holocaust, they have lost two of their turrets from both the lanes, so it's still going in the favor of Team Neighborhood. But anything can happen, and Khalid, he is quite inside the formation of enemy, and okay, never mind, he will be disengaging with that.
Okay, that was. I think the Belleric is gonna be caught now, but like you can't do much about it. Again, the Avatar of the Guardian onto the backline. 1-1 is just popping off like crazy right now. However, I think that's a really good real world manipulation. If there was just one tanky hero to get them or get a hold of them, I think it would have been really good. But nah, this match has again gone in favor of Team Neighborhood right now. Man, the Eve is such a good pick. The Eve tried as well, but everyone just died beforehand, so you can't do much. The first was the Belleric, of course. The Belleric got caught by the Belleric's ult didn't even connect to anyone. It was really like a last ditch desperation move. So yeah, that's it. This minor drop difference can create a big hole in your game, to be honest. And if you notice, they can't escape from the avatar of the Guardian for some reason, Team Holocaust. The avatar of the Guardian is getting onto someone or the other, like crucial member of Team Holocaust.
I mean, that just proves how the team neighborhood they have, the knowledge of Gatot Kacha onto themselves. I mean, the AOG connecting perfectly every time it got casted. It just tells you how much you have knowledge of that hero that you're using, and Gatot Kacha is doing a really great job and zoning his enemies out and disrupting their team flow. But the Lord will be going in towards the side of Team Neighborhood, and the goal difference it's at 6k, so it's looking quite bad for Team Holocaust yet again.
Definitely, we have another Team Flood Real One manipulation coming in, Raging Sandstorm onto the backline, but that backline is gonna do more damage onto the Khalid, so it wasn't much useful. That yeah, the Eve is gonna get picked up, the Khalid is gone. Granger, however, the double kill with the flicker as well, but he is kind of low right now, so he has to retreat out. Say, however, this was again in favor of Team Neighborhood, and it's a 3v2 situation right now. I think they might be just able to defend the Lord. Not like this though. The Belleric got picked off again. As I said, the Belleric is like there's no doubts about it. Is the weakling of the team right now, and the Soul Sever latching onto the Granger though. That just shows the burst damage capabilities of the Suyu and why is the best, one of the best junglers right now. Elsewhere, the Khalid gets a kill on the Raging Sandstorm. Sandstorm is gonna be used, but it's not gonna be of much effect. Or is it? Or is it? Because the Fredrin has helped the Khalid escape. Avatar of the Guardian inside the turret of the enemy territory, but he's gonna come out unscathed because the turret was actually focused onto the minions. So yeah, I think that they got away with it, Team Holocaust. But look at the crossbow tanks popping off onto the Eve, and it's just melting her down like that's nothing. It's like a minion to the 1-1 right now. I'm pretty sure she's hella overfarmed as well right now, sitting on almost 9k farm. So that's the difference, I think, in the entire match.
Yep, I mean, and just one slot for that boots has been used up for another item, so that's one extra item for 1-1 right there because she does not really need that boots. So it's kind of what to say. It's kind of advantage for 1-1 that they have, and I feel like the 1-1 she is getting that priority straight
Oh,
for herself, stacking up, and her crossbow of tongue connecting on to really well while her teammates zone the other enemies out.
you know what's funny? It looks like the Xavier is doing like more. Xavier is being more useful for Team Neighborhood in this game than it was being useful for the other team, like Team Holocaust for the first game. So that was really, yeah, he has a lot of CC as well from the back line. I don't think he has died. He has died twice, but that's nothing. He's like Dawning Light is doing massive. Just look at that. That the amount of time they're being crowd controlled for is insane. That was not good from the gateway, but I don't think it's gonna matter much because the Belleric has used up his Wolf's ult as well. The Dawning Light damage and the crossbow fangs just synergizing so well. It's the stuff of dreams right now, and the 1-1 isn't scared. She's Wind of Nature being popped, but does that work on the Belleric? I don't think so. The Belleric passive just got onto the 1-1, so yeah, they're kind of being too aggressive right now, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, one person left to defend that base for the side of Team Holocaust. I feel like it might just be the end,
Nah.
because all the minions are pouring in. With that, that was still a clean sweep coming in from the side of Team Neighborhood. So 2-0 victory coming in for themselves.
Yes, again, like, sometimes it's the Fovea, sometimes it's the Belleric. It's like I feel like one hero creates a lot of difference in a 5v5 MOBA game, especially in like a big tournament like this at such a stage. You can't afford to make any mistakes, and not even blaming them, to be honest. Team Neighborhood just synergized so well with the Avatar of the Guardians and the Dawning Lights. Everything just, makes a lot of sense. It just makes a lot of sense for them to clean sweep Holocaust right now in this first match of the semifinals. This is 2-0 for the best of three series between Neighborhood and the Holocaust. They advanced on to the next round, which I believe is the finals, I think. And yeah, that's about it for now. This is me, Venom, and with me, my co-caster Zero will be coming back after a short break for the next semifinal. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon. ठीक है. Alright, guys, welcome back. This is the second semifinal, and we have our contestants. It's Hello Kitty Crew on the blue side versus Can You Handle on the red side. This is me, Venom, and with me, my co-caster is Zero. So this has been a really quick ban phase, I must say, and Suyu, Rushin, Sicilian have been banned team by the blue side, and Can You Handle on the red side have banned Badang and Joy. Like, Zero, are you surprised with this quick, rapid bans coming in?
I mean, I kind of, get why the Joy was banned. I mean, the previous matches we did not see any Joy ban or getting picked out. But, Joy, she is still the powerhouse of damage. So I get it why Joy was banned from the side of Team Hello Kitty crew. So for now, I feel like it's all just meta picks and bans coming in. And of course, first pick going in the hands of Team Can You Handle Me would be that Matilda. So with that Matilda getting picked out, it leaves Team Hello Kitty crew to pick out two more meta heroes, and that will be the Harriet alongside the Gatotkacha. So far so good. I am seeing quite the standard picks coming in. Okay, Granger gets picked out.
Okay, and we have the Harit and the Gatot being picked by Team Can You Handle and Hello Kitty. However, it looks like they're locked in on the Grandra and the Matilda. Are we gonna say okay? The Alpha is kind of open right now, as you said in the previous like matches. The Alpha goes really well with the guiding wins from the Matilda, but hovering over the Terizla is a little bit risky because you cannot pick your EXP lane this early in the match, especially because we don't know whether the Gatot Touch is EXP or roam right now. Also, a lot of magic damage already coming in from team Can You Handle? So I think they're gonna go for a physical hero next. Yeah, which is Lucas. Lucas was not even banned, so I'm glad it got picked. It's one of the like best EXP laners right now, I'd have to say. It fares up well against everyone. I think it's gonna do decent against the Terizla as well, especially with some anti-heal. Gromger was picked. Of course, it was being locked, and Irithel is open in this game. You can see that. So maybe an Irithel pick, but no, the Irithel cannot be picked because the Harit was being picked. But wait, the Vexana has been banned by Team Can You Handle, and we might see like maybe a jungler ban. What do you say from Team Hello Kitty?
Yeah, okay. So team Can You Handle is on the blue side and it's Hello Kitty on the red side. But again, as you said, they could, target the jungle with the last band slot that they have left. But again, Loi, quite solid pick, solid ban, I would say, because you would not want to deal with her diversion. And I get the Valentina ban coming in because Valentina, she can go for a Lucas's ult, and she would be spamming Lucas's ult more than he will be doing. So I guess banning her out is just a kind of a safety measure coming in from Team Hello Kitty crew, because as people say, prevention is better than cure. So I guess they would be targeting the counter of Lucas, and again last ban coming in from the side of Team Can You Handle Me. What would they be banning? I mean, they can go for assassin.
Alpha ban.
Okay, never mind. Alpha gets on the ban.
Well, yeah, the Valentina can actually spam more ults than Lucas himself because she doesn't need the rage, like the rage meter like the Lucas uses, or the vitality meter, what it's called, the resolve meter actually. So yeah, that's a really good ban, alpha ban. Could see that coming because they haven't picked the jungler yet, but the Farsa is gonna be picked by team Hello Kitty. Momo is gonna be on the Farsa. So we have a jungler. Both teams need a jungler, and the like a lot of meta junglers have been banned right now. The Alpha, Suyu, Joy has been banned. They have to pick, yeah, Nolan. That's a really sensible jungler, I'd say. Can really go on to the far side and get it. I don't think that Natalia is going to be picked. Hayabusa and Nolan would be really good, either of them, or even the Fanny would be really good bully in the early game. They are going to lock on the Fanny and to the Lunox. Now you have to remember this. Lunox does really well against tanky heroes. They have a Gatot Clutch. Hello Kitty have a Gatot Clutch and the Lucas. So I think the Lunox might pop off from those two. And she can just use her life form to go to the, backline and get some damage onto the far side as well. So I think, yeah, Lunox is gonna do well this game, to be honest. And last jungler, what's the pick gonna be? What do you think Hello Kitty is gonna pick?
Mm, I do see Hayabusa on the screen. I mean, yes, Hayabusa would work because they kind of need someone to jump onto that backline to get that Granger as well. So as you said, Luna, she deals damage based on HP and the lineup of Team Hello Kitty crew. There's two of the quite tanky heroes that they have picked, so quite a great pick coming in from the side of Team Can You Handle Me? And of course, you can't forget in Matilda. So with that, Matilda would be going targeting the backline with her circling eagle. So another plus point for the side of Team Can You Handle Me? But so far, both the teams draft are looking really good, and it just comes down to the execution part.
I would say that Team Hello Kitty have a slightly better late game, and Team Can You Handle Me? They have a kind of better early game, with especially with the Fanny Terizla and the Matilda. Especially Lunox is pretty decent early game as well. She's actually mid game kind of here, and Granger is gonna be their hope in the late game, I would say. Whereas they have like a team Hello Kitty have the likes of Harith and like Hayabusa. Everyone can deal a high amount of damage late game. But guys, we are on to the Land of Dawn second semi-final. This is the first match between team Can You Handle on the blue side and Hello Kitty on the red side. So let's see what happens. Looking at the rotation as well, we can see both the junglers are starting onto their blue buff. The Granger is going to this blue buff now. The Hayabusa started on his blue. Granger on his blue buff right now. And the Fanny is actually going for the Fanny going for the red buff, and he's gonna go for the blue buff. We can see the Gator, however, just like giving a vision to the giving a vision, because Fanny is basically not like very useful without the blue buff. So yeah, let's see what happens if they're successful in invading Fanny's blue.
Yep, I mean, wise decision coming in from Gatot to keep an eye, but he might be melted because early game still Luna, she is dealing that damage, and with that one skill, his HP was almost gone. Okay, massacre onto Fanny, but will she be able to take that blue? No, okay, blue not on her hands, but first blood definitely on her hands.
Definitely, Super Shark got killed. It reminds me of the Super Shark from BTK. Actually, he played with Gatot as well, and he did really well, especially with the Poon. He comboed really well with his Eve. I remember that matchup from NACT. Let's see if the Super Shark from Hello Kitty can do the same with Farsa.
Yep, and Fanny, because she did not get that blue buff, she would be still at level 3. So Hayabusa is one level ahead of her, and the turtle will be spawning on to the bottom lane soon. And it's just a matter of fact when the turtle fight will be starting soon, and it's just gonna be quite epic. But we do see Farsa rotating on towards the exp to get her level 4, but one minion missed, so she will be quite behind unless she takes that trap.
Yeah, which she does. Turtle. I think they're gonna get the turtle. Yeah, maybe that the avatar of the dragon is gonna connect. And let's see what we have here.
Okay, look at that. I mean, the turtle gets secured onto the side of Team Hello Kitty crew despite um Team Can You Handle Me's trying to, contest. So Hayabusa definitely won that retry battle. Again, look at that. Still keeping an eye for that blue buff onto Fenny, and Lunox will be taken down because she was trying to check on that bush, and two versus one situation, as it was not quite favorable for her.
Okay, so Hello Kitty are kind of leading right now, 2 kills to one, and the farm, yeah, 2K farm lead is, I would say it's good for the early game. It just been 3 minutes. 2K gold lead would be huge, I would say. So yeah, Fanny's got her blue buff right now. Hopefully she's gonna engage. Okay, the Harit is pretty low right now, but the Avatar of the Guardian is gonna get onto Fanny again. Gatot Kacha is being the hero of the show again for the airstrike. I don't think he's gonna get the kill onto the Granger. But 2 kills is really, optimal for Team Hello Kitty, I'd say.
I feel like Gatotkacha can kind of predict where Fanny would land, because that AOG was really perfect hit for her, and it stopped Fanny on her tracks, and it helped Harriet get secure that kill onto her. So far so good. Gatotkacha being the backbone of Team Hello Kitty crew, and Lucas might be in trouble right there.
Mm, you can see that. And looking at the Lunox is gone, and so is the Lucas. And I think the Gatot is kind of in trouble right now. But yep, the Gatot catch is gonna disengage, and it's back to square one again. But the shadows of Hayabusa, the OEG shadow kill just missing. Avatar of the Guardian, but you're not catching the Matilda. That's too slippery. And yeah, that Fanny is gonna just come to the base as well. So that was really like Matilda. I don't know if she got lucky or like. Actually, it's really difficult catching a Matilda as well because of like the amount of dashes she has got. So I don't think the Gatot catch or the Hayabusa. The Hayabusa, half of the Hayabusa's shadow kill, was wasted onto the minions. So yeah, that's that. Still, it's like a 3K lead in 5 minutes for till Hello Kitty, and that's a really big thing if you ask me. Flicker is gonna be used by the Killua, and how it gets the kill onto the counter kill onto the Lunox, I must say. That was not the best of the engages, this like engages right there from team. Yeah, can you handle?
Yep, I agree. And Farsa, she literally dived in and she got taken care of. But look at Fanny going in for that Gatotkacha. But Gatotkacha, he is really tanky, so he will be getting away. But Hayabusa trying on something, but he will be failing, as Matilda will be getting away with her guiding right there. So far, so good. Like great engages coming in from the side of Team Hello Kitty, and also playing safe and making sure not to overcommit and losing their life in that process. But another engage might be coming in.
Full feather airstrike did a lot of damage onto the Terizla, but it wasn't enough that Fanny. For a second, I thought the Fanny is going for the Terizla, but they're on the same team, of course. So the way she jumped in onto that turret, but yeah, she's just recalling, waiting for her buffs. She's gonna go to the red buff first, where the Lucas is camping. Of course, you can't just directly go for the buff now. Maybe the Hayabusa is gonna get that buff, or maybe the Fanny is just gonna wall spam. Let's see the damage of the Fanny. It's not enough, definitely. Okay, the Terizla is gonna use his ultimate. Two people connecting onto that, but the Lucas like fall here is really low, and the Lucas falls to the Terizla. So yeah, nice counter gank by Team Can You Handle again.
Yep, I feel like staying near that orange buff was a little bit of an overcommitment. I mean, yeah, I get it. Your attempts to slow down Fanny on getting that farm as well, but Fanny, she will be robbed of that blue, because there was three people onto her buff, and she's not able to do much right there.
Beautiful kill by the Hayabusa onto the Matilda as we're speaking. The quad shadows and the shadow kill connecting. There were no minions or allies nearby. All the shadows hit. And that was a kill on Matilda, further extending the lead of Hello Kitty. We're gonna see a turtle steal. Yeah, we are gonna see a turtle steal. And the other thing that's gonna be stolen is the life of the Hyper. Hayabusa falls onto the falls from the Fanny. The cutthroat of the Fanny coming in clutch. Gatot is gonna disengage, but most of the damage was coming in from the Fanny, and the Terizla helped out as well. Terizla, looking at the matchup of the Terizla, and even there's a kill on the top lane by the Harit on the Granger. That's kind of expected, especially when once the Harit plays the Zaman Force. And elsewhere we have the kill onto the Lucas again by the Fanny. Kills happening left and right.
Yep, everywhere it's just engage and just skills happening as you said. I mean, I would commend the sustainability of Lucas right there because he held on for quite a long time before Fanny just came in. Even Fanny, she had a hard time to take out that Harry Lucas, but again another engage coming in. The Zaman Force has been used out by Harriet, but not quite advantages for them, so it's just resources wasted for now.
Yes, the penalty zone by the Terizla perfectly connecting onto the Farsa, and the Farsa was taken out in the team fight. That was beautiful to watch. Fanny definitely has a build up, is pretty confident. Retribution is still used. I think the Hayabusa might end up using his shadows, but no, the Fanny is gonna get killed by the Shurikens. That was too much aggressive from the Fanny. You need to know when to take your fights, and you need to know as a Matilda that the Harit can burst you down. So the Matilda falls to the Harit as well. The Harit just popping in with the Zaman Force. Not the right way to use the yeah, not the right way to use the circling eagle, I'd say. The Hayabusa was not targeted by the turret, and the Hayabusa lives to see another day. It's like Hello Kitty complete control. Granger, I don't think you're gonna be able to do there alone, buddy, because the Harit is gonna take care of you with his dashes. So yeah, there we go. It's kind of like getting desperate for team, for the blue team, I'd say.
Yep, I mean it's at times like this that you need to stay calm and think to what would be more advantages for you. Unlike Granger, you should not be really jumping in when there's four people, even if their HPs are quite low. I mean, you need to think with a cool mind, and just one single mistake can cost you the whole game and just turn the tide upside down for you. And Harriet, he has the highest farm right now, and going against a Harriet, that too alone with three members on his side giving him backup, it's not quite a wise decision coming in. And for team can you handle me, it's I feel like they should be targeting that Harriet, but they are not finding an opening to just target him because he is getting that what to say backup from his teammates.
Definitely, and both of the actually Fanny is kind of a disadvantage right now because of the level difference with the Hayabusa. So Hayabusa is gonna be, I think they can force the Lord, but the problem is Hayabusa kind of low right now, but I don't think that's gonna matter, especially in the Red 3 battle. The Hayabusa should win it, ideally because of the Red 3 battle. Circling Eagle is being used, disallowed, like negating the Farsas, mobility, but that's gonna pay for the Matilda, and the Terizla couldn't do much because the burst coming in from the gate out, from the Lucas, from the Harit, even catching onto the Fanny, and the Fanny actually overextended there, I would say, because but the other two kills, you could just see who's better in team fights. You can't pick fights like this, especially when you're like a 3 to 2k down. That makes a big difference as well. Fireside just got her Holy Crystal as well now, so like just imagine the damage coming in from Team Hello Kitty.
Yep, the damage was already hurting, but it will hurt more because the goal difference is getting wider and wider. So till now it's 3.7k approximately goal difference, but and the pressure, the lane pressure and the map pressure coming in from Hello Kitty crew is something to commend them about. I mean, they are not making single mistake. Instead, they are engaging when their enemies start engaging first, and they are emerging victorious in all of those engage that they are having. Okay, Gatot Kacha will be going in first, and mid lane inhibitor would be taken down.
That was the example of like how we don't want to use our avatar of the guardian because it didn't connect onto anybody. I feel like is the resource was just wasted. Penalty zone, but why alone though? There's no one following up. Are they gonna survive? Okay, the Lunox came in for the rescue, but of course the Terizla is gonna fall off. And the Gator is pretty low, gonna be taken care of the Fanny, I believe. Yeah, but the Fanny is gonna be taken care by the Hurricanes of Hayabusa. And elsewhere, the Lucas got the bot lane turret as well. So yeah, and the Granger has to pop off in the late game. The Lunox is gonna she's gonna build. She's gonna has to complete her build. That's the only way I see that team Can You Handle are gonna come back at this point, because the Hayabusa going in for the shadow kill, solo kill onto the Matilda again, and the Hayabusa comes in clutch once more time. But they're gonna get the inhibitor turret. Yeah, they're gonna get the top lane inhibitor turret, and this is a really bad situation for team Can You Handle. I'll say two inhibitors down, kills down, farm differences down as well. So yeah.
Oh, yep. And look at that, Lucas. The outplay coming in from Lucas just to take out that Penny, but Ranger was there for his backup. And again, Feathered Air Strike coming in from Farsa doing the job. So again, two people down for the side of team Can You Handle Me? And you know, it just seems like they should just play more defensive rather than going after, even if you know the odds are stacked against them. But it might just be the end because the minions are approaching from two of the lanes since the inhibitors are out.
Damn, the kill by the damage from the Harit onto the, this is ended, bro. This is like the kills were not even necessary. The game is gone. The pressure coming in from Hello Kitty was too much, the damage was too much. Team, Can You Handle were not prepared for that, I would have to say.
Yep, they were not. They were definitely not, you know, prepared for that onslaught that was presented onto them. I mean, starting from the team composition up till all the team fights till the end of the game, I feel like Hello Kitty crew they executed each and everything quite perfectly. You know, Gatotkacha and Lucas was there for the engage, and Farsa was there from the backline, and you know, with her feathered airstrike, her range is simply just something to comment about, and she used it to her advantage so beautifully. And Harriet, he his positioning is just phenomenal. I mean, securing 9 kills right there for himself with one death. Um, and I feel like team Can You Handle Me, they were a little, you know, they failed to capitalize their team com. I mean, early game Fanny, she could have been more aggressive, but you know, she was kind of choked down in the early game because her buff got invaded and stuff. So another great gameplay coming in from the side of team Hello Kitty crew, and that's 1 point in their name with in this best of three semifinals that we are having right now.
Sir. And now it's Hello Kitty on the blue side and Can You Handle Me on the red side. So we're looking forward to the next match. It's 1-0 for Hello Kitty. So let's see what happens in this best of three game.
Empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone. Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back.
Okay. So welcome back everyone to Addictive Winter Arena Season 2. This is me, Venom, casting alongside my co-caster, who is Zero. We watched the onslaught Team Hello Kitty had with Team Can You Handle. They were on the blue side in the last match, so they were on the blue side in the team. Yeah, Team Can You Handle were on the blue side last match, and they're on the red side. And we have Hello Kitty on the blue side. That's why they're gonna have the first pick in this match. And they're gonna have the first ban as well, starting off with Joy and Badang, which are being taken away by Team Hello Kitty. And Sicilian and Harith are gone. That's been decided by Team the team Can You Handle? So I was surprised with the Harith pick because, as you said, the Harith popped up so well MVP last game as well.
Yep, I agree. I mean, the Harriet was surely a problem for the side of Team Can You Handle Me? And since this time, Team Hello Kitty Crew, they have the first pick, they would not want to risk getting that Harriet onto themselves. I mean, prioritizing that as well. Okay, Matilda this time would be onto their ban list yet again. So far, quite the meta bans coming in. And what kind of first pick are you expecting from Team Hello Kitty Crew this time?
Okay, we can see the Gronzor is open, and as I said, that the Gronzor gets picked literally no time wasted by Hello Kitty. Last time, I think it was in the hands of team, yeah, Can You Handle? And the Gronzor played decent, like kind of better because the hero is so good, especially in late game. Like pops up really well. I would be not be surprised if the Hayabusa gets picked again because we could see like the potential of the Hayabusa last game. But this time there is a Suyu and the Alpha is open as well. The Joy is banned, of course, so we might see a Suyu or an Alpha pick. But like yeah, they're hovering over like team Can You Handle or hovering over the Roger and the Yuzong. I don't think those two heroes are gonna be picked. Yeah, the Hayabusa gets picked, and Yuzong. I don't know if you want to pick Yuzong as your first, like as your first pick in the EXP lane. It can be countered by some heroes. The Yuzong is gonna get picked. Let's see what they pick. Team Hello Kitty.
Yep, and the Granger getting on to the first pick for the side of Team Hello Kitty Crew this time. Last time it was on the side of Team Can You Handle Me, and the Granger. I was there a Granger?
Yeah, it was a win.
Yeah, okay, there was a Granger. Okay, I just had a little bit of a memory problem. Anyway, so back to my point. Last time, Granger, they were not able to do much with it for from the side of Team Can You Handle Me. So this time, Hello Kitty Crew, they will be, they have the mentality that we will show you how to use Granger because last match you were not able to use him to his full potential. So we will be showing you how it works. So again, that aside, we do see a Barats and also a Hylos. I mean, yes, we see Hylos a lot, but Barats, it's quite unusual for us to see him, and it might be like kind of a comfort pick, but again it still adds to their sustainability, so I guess it will be working out a little bit. But another unusual pick, and that will be the Guinevere Rome, in not not quite used, but still it kind of works out.
Well, I'd say like Hello Kitty are winning by 1-0, so they're being very confident and they're going with the unusual Barrett's pick. Barrett's hasn't even picked the Red Tree yet, so I think like they're gonna go to the EXP lane and the Hylos is gonna roam. And also the Guinevere pick, you don't see it very often, especially when a Yuzong is being picked in the EXP lane, which means the Guinevere is gonna be roam. We did see roam Guinevere in the previous season, but I think it got patched and we don't see it much that often, but hey, it can really work really well. And I'm saying about the Barats and the Hylos, if you get a carry in the goal lane, it can really pop off against the Barats and the Hylos because they have really high HP, really high defense. Carry is like the optimal hero for that. Instead, we're gonna see a Farsa pick and Suyu, Luo, you're gonna be banned from team Can You Handle and carry. Yeah, yeah, there we go. The carry and the Fanny got banned by team yeah, by Team Hello Kitty. So Hello Kitty made sure to ban the carry because carry would be a problem for them. And I think Lunox would be pretty good against this lineup as well. But the picks have been made, and YSS is gonna be locked in. Maybe we have Mr. MOBA Zane 2.0 sitting in team, Hello Kitty right now. But yeah, the Eve is gonna be locked in as well. And we have on team Can You Handle? We already had the Farsa pick. Maybe a Claude would be really good as well. So that's it, man. Looking at the Barretts and the YSS pick, I'm pretty
私
sure I
は
didn't see that coming.
復
So what do
讐
you
に
make of
燃え
it?
る孤独な魂
Oh, even I didn't see that coming. I mean, it's kind of a surprise element and kind of refreshing to see off meta heroes getting picked out. But I feel like it's just that they are quite comfortable with that, and both of them are quite a conditional pick. And in this case, the YSS and his ult will be providing that vision that his team needs, and it might just be proving really good for the side of Team Hello Kitty crew. And the sustain is there, the damage is there, and also they have their late game security, and that will be the Granger. But Granger, he also does deal damage in the early phases of the game if you position him correctly and if he plays out well.
Yeah,
Welcome to Mobile
and with that,
Legends!
we go on to the Land of Dawn. This is
5 seconds
match
till the
number
enemy
two
reaches the
in the
battlefield.
second
Smash
semifinal
them!
of match. The
Ultimate
match is between
deployed!
Hello Kitty on the blue side right now, who lead 1-0 to Can You Handle, who are on the red side right now. I'll have to say one thing though, like looking at the rotation, okay, the Univer is helping the Hayabusa get the red buff. Hayabusa is on the red buff. Both the junglers on the red buff. Wii Senshin kind of slower than Hayabusa in the early game. But late game, Yi Senshin doesn't one of those heroes that doesn't have much competition in the late game, I believe, which makes Plunger and Yi Senshin, just these two heroes make the like Hello Kitty's late game extremely strong, and I think Barats and Hylos can handle the early game.
Yep, I agree. I strongly
There we go.
agree with you. And Hylos will be taking that first blood onto his name by taking Yuzhong out. But that spatial migration really hit on point. But still, early game, not much of a damage. So it's kind of just a poking game that we are seeing among both the teams so far.
Definitely, and kind of an invade coming in from Barats. We have to remember this is not the jungle. Barats is on the EXP like lane against Yuzong, and you don't see this kind of matchup much often. You generally see like Phoveus, Khalid, or something like that. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Now, bro, like the damage of the Barats onto the Yuzong is like already punishing because the Barats is in full stacks right now, and you don't want to go against the full stacks Barats, especially in the early phase of the match. And yeah, you have to wait for your turn when someone makes a mistake, and then you can charge in. Barats is pushing the like like just cutting the lanes on the exp. And yeah, honestly, like it's kind of surprising with this graph, but I can still see them doing well somehow, I have this feeling.
Yep. I mean, they picked it because they had they were confident enough to execute the draft that they have. Again, Granger, he might be in trouble as he is surrounded by four people and he will be getting taken down. Okay, the rain of fire, the rain of arrows has been used up by Yi Shinshin, revealing the positions. But so far the gold is definitely in the favor of Team Hello Kitty crew, and if they keep it up, then they will be able to, get more of a lead.
Which surprises me because on paper, like the on paper team Can You Handle should do better in early game, especially because of the pickoffs by the Hayabusa. He did pick off onto the Granger, but just look at the like the Rhapsody and the damage coming in from the Death Sonata as well, forcing the Moskov to recall. Elsewhere, we have a kill onto the Yves by the Farsa. Feathered airstrike leaves no prisoners. It's just like that powerful right now, especially in the early stage of the game.
Yep, exactly. And top lane turret has already been taken down from the side of Team Hello Kitty crew. I mean that early, and it's just 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and getting that would mean that you have a decent goal lead now. Okay, one kill again in the hands of Yishin Jin. The Engage is still on. Double kill for him right there. So I feel like the Yishin pick is proving really really well for the side of Team Hello Kitty crew, and also they are synergizing well with that Barats and Hylos that are presented to them.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main part, because I was looking at the Barrett. He was 1v2ing the Yuzong. But wait, elsewhere, we have a kill onto the Yiv by the Moskov. I think it was the Spirit Destruction is still there. The Yiv just caught off guard there. So yeah, it's 3-3 again. But there's a huge goal lead at like 4 minutes, and there's almost a 4K goal lead already for Team Hello Kitty, and they got the turtle as well. There's yeah, it's their turtle, easy turtle for them. As I was saying, Barats was just 1v2ing the Yuzong, and like yeah, it's a 1v2ing in the bot lane. This just shows how like confident they are with the like team fights right now, and the the YSS secured the kill, and with the special migration, feathered airstrike, all of them latching onto the Barats, and yeah, but the Barats is gonna be taken away. This is what I think. Even the Hayabusa skill on the Grandeur, they're better in like mobility and just picking off isolated isolated side laners. I think that's the gameplay if they want to win right now. Team, can you handle?
Exactly. That is what well said right there. But Super Shark will be going on for that Guinevere, but he won't be engaging much as he was just scaring them off to take that top lane turret. Another tier 2 turret down for the side of team. Can you handle me? I mean, I see it. You are just clearing the way for your
No.
marksman to be able to rotate to any other lanes by just taking out the turret right there.
As we said, okay, the YSS is getting everything is going mayhem. As you said that there was a 1v1 in bot lane, and the Barats like Cole came up in top of that. The Yuzong couldn't do much. However, Yuzong is, I would say, it's decent against the Barats, but I'm pretty sure it's just like the items of the Barats that make him like so much dangerous at this stage of the game right now. 1K lead on the Yuzong as well. They're 1v1ing again right now. Yuzong is in trouble, but there was a kill onto the top lane. I think there's gonna be another kill onto the Moskov. That just like there is like no doubt about it right now. The Hayabusa can somehow take care of that, can get a counter engage kill onto the Grungers. So yeah, I think this doesn't exactly favor Team Hello Kitty, but yeah, the goal difference is being shortened out by Team what is this? By Team Can You Handle? And the Barrats is being an absolute menace right now. Barrats and YSS, the two surprising picks, off meta picks.
Yep, I agree. And the lane pressure, the map pressure is really, really exerting onto the side of team. Can you handle me right now? And that was the third turtle, and three of the turtles getting on all towards the side of Team Hello Kitty crew. It's just really shows how great of an objective play that they have. And look at that, 7 minutes into the game, and all of the turrets are down for the top and the bottom lane, leaving out the inhibitors. So you can see how really great of an objective gameplay that Team Hello Kitty crew are inclining, and just it just proves how really safely and well thought of rotation and gameplay that they're showing.
Yeah, Yuzong, I don't think it's gonna engage. It's gonna be foolish, especially with like three members. So yeah, that's like well done on that. Special migration connecting the revitalized, however, is gonna be enough to get them out of harm's way, and a counter engage of the Guinevere. Like this is what, and the Yuzong is gonna get picked by the Rhapsody. Hayabusa wasn't the ideal target, and Barrett's flicker combo onto the wall, that was like really impressive from the Barretts, I'd have to say. Hayabusa tried to, solo kill the Bronzer, but he flickered, and Hayabusa, shadow kill transferred to the Barret, so you can't do much there. Elsewhere, you can see the split push by the Moscow, doing doing everything he can in his to give his team an advantage. But they're at a disadvantage right now because the falling of the inhibitor turret for Can You Handle is gonna be huge. There's gonna be a stronghold of minions in favor of Team Hello Kitty onto the bot lane now, so you have to watch out for the back line when the Lord's gonna be taken again.
Yep, and okay, another engage coming in from the side, and Farsa will be taking that Eve onto himself with the help of Guinevere, but again, Guinevere will be falling down. So, 1-for-1 trade coming in from both the teams, but still, the map control is in the hands of Team Hello Kitty crew, and the Lord will be quite uncontested and going towards them.
Yes, and like we're gonna see a change in dynamic right now. I don't think the Barats is gonna be extremely helpful late game, especially, and the Moskov is gonna pop off. The especially YSS and Granger pops off usually, but we're gonna see the YSS in his full potential right now, especially in the late game. And the Hayabusa, wait, the Hayabusa cannot open his ultimate right now because of the Barats being just like able to tank enough, which happened in the last time when he tried to get the Grunder. So yeah, you have to be careful now and not just rush everything. Lord is definitely gonna march down the bot lane because that's the stronghold of Team Hello Kitty right now, and just synchronize the lanes, do your thing, and I think team. What do you think? Are they gonna be able to defend this Lord? It's just a level one Lord, right?
I feel like they should be able to, unless they, kind of overcommit. But we do see that Hilo charging in with his glorious pathway, and two of the inhibitors down already. I mean, I'm getting flashback from the last match, and it was kind of crucial point at this time, because I feel like it was at this time that team Can We Handle Me were taken down. And is it deja vu? Am I getting a deja vu right there?
Look at the Moskov just hopping onto the Lord, but it's not gonna be enough. The blue side are they're just onto a rampage right now. I just cannot believe what I witnessed 10 seconds back. The Hayabusa opened his shadows onto the YSS, got the shadow kill, all of the shadows. The YSS somehow tanked all of that, the kill the Hayabusa, and walked away from the feathered airstrike. That was a sight to behold, I must say.
Yep, yep. And that was a clean sweep coming in from the side of Team Hello Kitty crew. I mean, their synergy is also unmatched. And every engage that I've seen, they have, taken out their objectives and their targets as well. Clear sight of their targets, and it proved really advantageous for the side of Team Hello Kitty crew, and just not going after kills. And I feel like team Can You Handle Me would could have synergized a little bit more, but they kind of fell apart because of the pressure that was provided to them from Hello Kitty crew.
Right, and that's it. Thanks for joining us. This was Addictive Winter Showdown. We have the finals tomorrow, so so join us again tomorrow for the finals, and we'll be bidding you ID for now. This is me, Venom, and Zero. Take care for now.
Empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone. Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh.
तुम कर दो ना.
क्या बोलूं?
Thank
हेलो
you for your
लेडीज
time.
एंड जेंटलमैन।
Thank you
चलो
for
चलो
your
ठीक है
time.
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है। stream now, I guess. Good night, everyone. Let's meet tomorrow. Okay, guys. Good night. Good night. Zebo, say good night,
Yep.
man.
That is a good night, and we will be meeting you tomorrow on the stream yet again. So, make sure to join us because tomorrow will be an interesting and exciting match. But for now, we will be bidding you all good night and take care and sleep well, everyone.